Moto Guru.
In this video, I'm going to show you how I installed the latest Garmin Zumo XT Cradle on my motorcycle. But before we get into the video, I would just like to impress upon everyone, before you start installing the cable, take the cable to your bike and have a look around. Because you may think, oh, I need the fuse or I'm going to add the connectors, and all these things can potentially make it harder to install and harder to route the cable. And once you've done all those things, it's much harder to undo them. So take the cable to the bike, have a good look around, and then make a decision as to how you're going to proceed.
In this video, we're going to install the Cradle for a Garmin Zumo XT2 on my motorcycle, which is a 2009 Honda CBR 600RR. Now, I know what you're thinking, there's already a Cradle there. Have we finished the job already? Well, no, this is the Cradle from the previous model, the Zumo XT, and for the first time in Garmin history, they are backwards compatible. So you can just use this straight away, but I want to swap it out with the new one and put the old one on eBay, so that's what we're going to do. So what we're going to attempt to do is we're going to disassemble this mount here, and I'm going to try and drag the new cable through using the old cable down to here, where the battery is. You can simply remove the tank cover. And those of you who own 600RRs or Fireblades are probably thinking it's not that difficult. Well, you're correct, it's not that difficult, but you will always lose some skin. So if I can do this without having to do that, that will be a bonus. So let's see how we get on.
So I've disassembled the original mount down as far as the cable, and the cap there can actually be removed. Also, it's just made of rubber, so it can come off of the end. So if we look down towards where the battery is, we can see where the cable terminates here. And if I pull it gently, you'll see that it moves through. So let's connect this to the new cable and see if we can pull the new cable through.
Okay, so I genuinely have no idea how well this is going to work. So we're just going to give it a go. I've cable tied the new cable to the old cable. The tolerance looks a bit tight, but let's give it a go. Okay, I think we're somewhere down here. Okay, it worked. I'll be honest with you, I was not expecting that, but we'll take that as a win. It's a good time. Okay, so the rest of the fitting shouldn't be too bad. Okay, I'm not going to lie, that went so well I need to stop and have a cup of tea before I do anything else. So I'm going to break for a cup of tea. Okay, so I've just about recovered from the shock of something going more smoothly than I was expecting. So next let's do a little bit of housekeeping. So I'm going to mount the, or attach the Cradle using the RAM mount. The ball that's connected to the headstock is called a Telphizer mount. There's a chap in England who makes those, and they fit beautifully into sports bikes, giving you a convenient place to mount your Garmin device. So I'm going to do this now, so it doesn't fall on the floor. So that's nice and secure now. We'll adjust the positioning later. Now I can just pull the cable through and get it to the appropriate length. So these wires are tinned already, but I'm going to cut off a bit extra of the insulation. Just so I can fold it over and make a slightly better contact when I make the connection. So let's pull that out and fold it over. So I'm going to use a connector block to connect the fuse. Some of you may prefer other types of connections. That's just the one I'm most familiar with, so that's what I'm going to use. So there's the fuse attached with a connector block. Just check the integrity of that. Feels nice and solid. Also just check that there's a fuse in here as well. just for us. Let's have a quick look, shall we? There is a fuse in there. Always worth checking, because if you wire it up and it doesn't work, that could be one of the reasons why. So the last thing to do is to attach the ring connectors to the end of these terminals and then wire it to the battery. Okay, so those are the ring connectors attached. I do find these a bit fiddly, but once they're on, just check the integrity of those. Much easier to do this now than much later when they're on the bike. Same with the negative one. Check, focus isn't great here, but check the integrity of that. That's the final stage. Now we just need to connect it to the battery and see we've done everything correctly. Okay. So final step is to connect the Zumo and see if it powers up. If it powers up, that's an indication that we've done this correctly. So I'll just stow the protector away. A bit fiddly, especially with one hand. There we go. And let's connect the Zumo. Bit stiff because it's a brand new mount. Let's try again. Come on. There we go. And it powers up straight away. So that's how to install a Zumo XT2 on a motorcycle. Final stage is obviously put the bike back together. Now, in terms of wiring this, I've always hardwired my Zumos to my motorcycles, even on my old CB500. And it's always worked out fine for me. Depending on who you speak to, they'll give you different opinions. Some people advise connecting to a switched live, like your brake light circuit or your rear light circuit. Other people say anything short of fitting an additional relay isn't good enough. So you can make your own decisions. I've never had an issue with hardwiring and all the units I've had, so that's how I choose to install mine.
Thanks for watching, and remember to like, share and subscribe.